My teacher came to school in pajamas to protest finals being held at 7 in the morning. This guy at my school got attacked. This sign has been up for so long. My school took away the soap dispensers because of internet vandalism challenges. Please design the school uniform. Tumblr University. The local high school seniors painted their parking spots. This was one of them. These kids are going to starve. For every match you make, we will donate a school meal. She was about to put a bandage on it. Yeah, have you ever met a school nurse? Dude got the car I used to draw in elementary school. Tobey Maguire looks like an 8th grader on school picture day here. They definitely need a better name for the school. We cook, elementary teachers, and staff. I started high school 7 years ago. You done yet? I'm trapped in one of the lockers. Throwback to when my mum had made this cake for me to celebrate surviving 15 days of high school. Why the teacher just emailed my aunt a picture of my little cousin acting up in school. Some kid at my school just asked if I had a father. Answer the question. Maskless man arrested as fireworks erupt at school board meeting. Driver tells kids to go F themselves, then abandons school bus at gas station. This gum was currency in middle school. The future of IT is in good hands. Today, one of my 4th grade students renamed himself Reconnecting on our Zoom call and pretended that he was having internet issues to avoid participating in our class. Who the hell brings a bag of chopped red onions to school just to throw them in the toilet? I hate my school. Me at school. I'm so over this school with all these fake people. Oh hey, hi. Fucking. From 6th to 12th grade, I wore the same shirt in every school photo. My parents weren't fans. I thought it was pretty hilarious. Losing my mind over my great-grandmother's Catholic school yearbook, I present to you my 8-year-old brother doing online school. Spider-Man, homeschooled, going to school after pulling an all-nighter. This could work in both ways. This is the road my dad had to walk to get to school. This is the best pen ever. Let's argue. The ice pack the school nurse gave me. The 173 bones I broke on a playground injury. How I feel when I click run as administrator. I need to rebuild my reputation at school entirely. Welcome, visitor. We have a church and a school and no tentacles whatsoever. Humansville. My dad in high school versus me in high school. This school has no chill. Non-graduating seniors. Today was ranch day at their high school. It's time for school. Get the hell up. I remember in middle school, my phone was dry. No girls would text me. They still don't text me and my phone is still dry. I just remember it happening in middle school too. School printer sign. Please only use colors when necessary. Me. When is school resuming, please? I'm tired of this. POV. You are in middle school in 2016 and believe you have discovered the peak of comedy. Gym teacher. Now, this game is called Dodgeball, and if you play your cards right, the person you hate the most will be crying like a bitch within minutes. People who take pills without water. People who poop at school. When I'm peeing in the school bathroom and someone says, "This is not the time or place to be peeing, bro." Like, sorry, I peed in the vape room. There are 3 kinds of people in the world. My daughter made this at school, and it lives in my house now. Wow, they totally messed up this really nice house. Sometimes look at this renovation, it sucks. Tweets are wrong or subjective, but this is just a travesty. They turned a lovely brick facade into a school white hallway. Chris Martin looks like a toddler at a preschool that costs $50K a year. If you're tired of all the first day of school posts, 8,376th day at work, me as a high school student in 2002. What's that? A sample of your crispened potato snacks? No need. I have already calculated its flavor in my head. Perhaps a little more sodium chloride next time. You're old school if you know what this light means. When you're looking all fly for school and she absent. Why did my daughter draw this at school? Go Biden is gay. The 4 horsemen of stupid stuff we did with pencils in school. Why didn't I think of this stuff in school? Goth girlfriend this, goth girlfriend that. Where were y'all when I was getting bullied in middle school? Also getting bullied? Ally. High school student sparks chaos by testing teachers' engagement rings to see if they're real. I knew school was a scam when I saw Mexicans failing Spanish class. If my math teacher looked like this, I would go to school every day. Getting to that point in the term, I don't know what's going on. If you're funny and attractive as an adult, it either means you were ugly in middle school, or you need therapy. Accepting a grueling quest, waking up to go to school. I'm in the school library, can I just take books off the shelf? This is so old school, and I don't know what I'm allowed to do. My sister is a freshman in college, and apparently teens in 2015 don't know how libraries work. When you drive arrived to work at 4 a.m. because you wanted to be funny in high school. I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting cooked. A new annotation. People worry that their children will be weird if they are homeschooled. Meanwhile, kids in public school identify as cats. Are popular kids really that mean, or did we all just see too many movies written by losers? Nearly all the popular kids in high school were very nice. That's why they got popular. And they said college would be harder than high school. Sit quietly at your desk for a few minutes. Get up and say that was easy and turn in your quiz. Do not say anything to Jerry and Robbie. How I be staring at the customer while neither of us acknowledge we went to high school together for 4 years. This school had a Dress as Students Day event for the teachers, and one teacher had this outfit on. He understood the assignment like no other teacher could ever. High school teachers versus college professors. The bell does not dismiss you. I do. I'm a head out. Freshman school supplies versus juniors and seniors. Where is the lie? Which kid were you in school? We didn't have desks like this in UK. I just carried a computer, a pen, and some paper. Me in the mirror at 11:17 p.m. on a school night. This was in one of the girls' bathrooms at school. Missing dog. I miss my dog. He's not lost or anything. He's just at home. And I'm here at school. Enjoy this picture of him though. High school student arrested after trying to Randy Orton, RKO and principal. New Orleans, where the speed limit increases during school zone hours. My younger sister, who we left in a boarding school. Explain yourself. I snuck out of school. Don't tell them. To the US? So my high school got rid of all the mirrors in the bathrooms. Just assume you look like crap. Nobody. That one girl that wanted more attention at school. Darth Vader ruled an entire galaxy. Voldemort couldn't even take over a high school. Sabrina the Teenage Witch hired this balding man to play a high school student. The greatest thing to see as a kid. Until your school doesn't make the cut. Unpopular opinion, school edition. If my grades are good, then attendance shouldn't be an issue. Somewhere, tucked in the most hidden part of your high school, lies the coldest water fountain ever made. Take your tractor to school is Friday, May 4th. Quick reminder that I'm in med school and law school, also an astronaut school, or basketball. No one, Bobby. School, we spent $75,000 to modernize our classrooms with smartboards and HD TVs. The school bathrooms. Oh my mum got my dog a school picture because he's a therapy dog at her school. People, how's engineering school going? Me. So they really clothe school tomorrow. They shirt it down. That sucks. I was unaware of this. Before I had cable, this was the after-school lineup. John Wick is the dark timeline where Ted went to military school. In high school, I saw a man die in a horrific car crash on my way to buy Minecraft 360 edition. This is what an armed teacher looked like back in the day in school. Why was a girl at school walking around with a Starbucks cup? And I'm not saying that because, girls and their Starbucks, but like, there are no Starbucks in this country. The closest one is 220 miles away. So did she come back from the one? School really had us eating this at 11 a.m. High school band practices in that thing. How dudes in middle school treated Axe body spray. Wearing this to school tomorrow. When your parents ask what your current school situation is, the string wants to collapse, but the constant stress won't allow that. I can't do online school anymore. In what month did Lisa hit the maximum taxable social security income? June. Correct answer. June. You already know you're going to school when these pull up. Nursing school doesn't prepare you for the number of elderly patients who will casually confess to decade-old murders. Nursing school did also not prepare me for the amount of old women confessing to loveless/miserable marriages. The virus screens for kids when they go back to school. Some kids are going to be thinking they're visiting dad. Me. I wonder why girls didn't like me in high school. Also me in 10th grade. Also me in year 10. Take what you need station for my high school students. I like these new teachers. They are more considerate. What school teaches you? Job requirements. Early 2000s movies were like, this is a high school sophomore, and I believed them. School bathrooms are terrifying. It's like I'm playing FNAF while trying to take a shit. Dumbledore. Hogwarts is the safest place. Harry Potter at the end of every school year. Middle schoolers today have jewels, but in middle school, I had these. I did not have these. If you grew up going to school like this, say yep, no. I feel like Sam Hyde was that kid that made everyone laugh at school, but because everything at home was miserable. I feel like you'll appreciate this photo I took several years ago when I was in school of a raven getting spooked by something in the bushes. Quoth the raven. So we were supposed to have an all-school assembly about global stuff, but it was a trap and the teacher flash mobbed us, and the head of math department just ziplined over the crowd and threw candy. What type of school do you even go to? Obviously a public. My school is having a meme day, so I decided to be iconic. Kim, you're doing amazing, sweetie. An open-air school in 1957. God, I wish this is what would happen. High school in movies versus in real life. Thinking about school school lunch. Who doesn't love back to school shopping? Will I choose ballpoint or felt tip, spiral or composition? And okay, definitely headphones. Only thing I miss about school was when asking to go to the bathroom and then doing a few laps of the school and bumping into people while doing the laps who were also doing laps. Teacher, can anyone answer the question? Me, accidentally making eye contact. I remember a school debate when I supported the motion, education is better than money. Money, please forgive me, I was a child. Texas mum, 33, who pretended to be her 13-year-old daughter at middle school, where she recorded her day, is found guilty of criminal trespass and sentenced to 6 months of probation. The coat that launched a million schoolyard fights. Yeah, we never had that in UK. At least at my school, I don't know. High school really had me sweating nuts in gym and then sent me straight to history or math. The hell. Between you and your partner, who will solve this for your kids at home? Taking them to school before assembly so they can copy their classmates. Bro wore the ethereal shield to school. You are what you eat, said the blue fairy unwisely. Pinocchio turned sly eyes upon the elementary school. OP, do you take constructive criticism? Sure. Name one way I could have improved my 2-sentence horror fanfic. My school held a Hunger Games today, and so the victor got to ride around with the principal, and I just couldn't. Your school held a Hunger Games. Haven't you heard of public school? My school got the backrooms. School wasn't invented until 1873. People in 1872. You, sick and home from school. The TV. The Incredible Hulk versus Credible Hulk. I always cite my sources. Which high school counselor made this? Netflix. Here's another school drama with ordinary teenagers just like you. Going to elementary versus going to middle school. How my school teaches versus my natural hand placement when your human forgets to pick you up after school. School cancelled for the virus. Let's go. High school physics teachers. There is no Easter Bunny. There is no Tooth Fairy. And there is no air resistance. Public school. Math equals racism. Homeschool. Dad, this is way too easy. You're making these TikTok videos but couldn't make a PowerPoint in school. Tall kids going to the school urinals be like, crouch. Atheists when they haven't evolved muscle despite being beat up every day in school. Okay, but how do I pay my taxes? School. Lava is called magma when underground. We overwork kids. We give them lots of homework. We give kids depression. Why do they hate school? Somebody's dad in the back of every homeschool Zoom call. Yeah, I mean, I agree. All the guys in my class are so dumb. How the smart girl herself is. We are running out of gravity. Detective, where were you between 2 and 4? Me, confidently. Preschool. 7-year-old me when I put my backpack on one shoulder. Welcome to Coolsville. Teachers, after putting both the bully and the victim in detention. Why do I fix everything I touch? How fast time goes by during the school year. How fast time goes during summer break. Growing up studying at the kitchen table be like. Parents at a school play when their kid goes up on stage. Me, unlimited free time, 14 overdue assignments. Seniors receiving their diplomas this year. Kids today, find out school is cancelled via text. Me, had to wake up at 5 a.m. and watch the bottom of the TV screen, like the NFL draft. Girl 10, who refused to answer root test question, praised for brilliant reply. This school pizza party is going to be lit. High school and anime. Every cute girl in the school is in love with me. I'm the greatest martial artist, cook, and musician among all Japanese high schoolers. High school in real life. We have 5 tests tomorrow. Fuck. Skipped school once. Got to the crib and mum was home. She brought me back. So we know what you were doing there, but what was she doing there if she was supposed to be gone? Skipping too? I accidentally pissed my pants in middle school and successfully covered it up by accidentally spilling chocolate milk all over my crotch. Sometimes the wolf has to bite off its own paw to survive. Why did anyone let me, male 18, leave the house looking like this? Disney themed day at my high school. I want to erase this from history, but also dying laughing, so please join me in cringing. I hate this meme because MJ didn't even want to go to an Ivy League school. She was literally on Broadway. She wanted to be an actress. Me, ripping my preschool daughter's trash drawing off the fridge handle so I can get a can of beer. A high school student made a video that shows the past, present, and future of our world in just 2 minutes. Great. My professor really brought a coffin to class to say, your test scores had me dead. Pacer test, banned for child cruelty. I want compensation for my suffering. This teacher helped save her student's life by donating her kidney. My teacher marks me absent when I'm in class. What is an extreme sport? Doing your homework homework while the teacher is collecting it. Student punished after putting high school up for sale on Craigslist. This is what we've come to. I feel bad for the class of 2020. This looks like a funeral. 2 types of people going back to school. It's my first day of kindergarten. I hate school, and I refused to hold a sign unless it said I hated school. Teacher really used to hype us up at the end of the year party just to serve us this. I took a picture of my son getting an award with his teacher, a school in Russian prison. It is nice that they let her keep teaching. Man, I hate this school. I'm just trying to take a poop. I just saw this in my morning class. What the hell is going on? Literally me in class. This dude skipped class to stream, and someone told the teacher, so they started watching him. There is a student in my class who likes to draw a cat of the day. One day, that student wasn't in class, so our teacher drew one himself. There was this girl in my class with a lettuce on her head, and I said, "Excuse me," and she said, "I have a boyfriend." Okay, lettuce head. Today in a Zoom class, my professor casually mentioned her cat, and one brave student spoke up. Teacher missed her students, so she knit 23 adorable dolls to represent each of them. Students' response to new teacher's proposition. Okay, I don't care. If the girl with 4 highlighters and 78 colored pens says she is screwed for a test, then you probably are too. A 9-year-old kid apparently got caught selling hot Cheetos for 25 cents in bags at school. A couple of weeks ago, we had an icebreaker during my graduation seminar, and the question was, what is your irrational fear? My answer was, hammerhead sharks. It's actually illegal for teachers to keep the class after the bell as a punishment. It violates the laws on collective punishment. Lifehack, just accuse your teacher of a war crime. They copyright claimed the exam review of my online class. I literally cannot study for my test. The girl in my 3rd grade class that told everyone she was part horse and ate grass at recess is engaged, and I have been ghosted 4 times in the last month. Much to think about. When you shake laminated paper and it does the thing. Exactly. Today, the student debt crisis has reached that number. Damn, only 3 students owe money. I used to be in class, like, got 40 minutes left, 2 20-minute halves, just gotta get through 10 minutes, 4 times. Imagine waking up for an 8 AM class and this is what you walk in and see. He got up extra early to make a holiday class a little fun. Be nice and respectful for what he's doing. When an 8-year-old boy saw that his autistic classmate was having a hard time adjusting to the first day of school, he held his hand and let him know that everything was going to be okay. How do I explain to my professor that the reason I did not show up to class is because in my dream I woke up, checked my email and saw that class was cancelled, and I believed it. One of my fondest memories of community college was when I answered a question in class with my laptop open and the professor was like, "You didn't know that, you looked it up," but the guy sitting behind me yelled, "No she didn't, she's looking at anime." Today, in math class, I had the urge to fart. I had the bright idea that if I dropped my textbook and farted at the same time, nobody would hear it. I dropped my textbook, everyone looked at me, then I farted, loudly. Ping, 398 ms. I'm not a former gifted student, I am still gifted. Put me in a 4th grade class, I will annihilate all of them like I did the first time. Can Kahoot fuck off with the bright red screen after I get a question wrong? I don't need everyone behind me knowing I'm a fucking idiot. I've asked this girl in my math class for a piece of gum every day for the whole semester. Today was our last day and I asked her for gum and she gave me the whole pack as a parting gift. If this ain't the smoothest thing I've ever seen. One time in 3rd grade I was playing tag and I tripped and fell down a hill and I just kind of laid there in my own blood for a few minutes face down, and these boys came up to me and were like, "Is it dead? Should we hide it?" A crow tried to go into our classroom and he had a pen. He's more prepared than half of the kids in my school. School doesn't even test your intelligence, it tests your memory. It tests my patience. It tests my ability to hold my pee. Schools are closed for quarantine in Japan, so Japanese students are holding a graduation ceremony in Minecraft. This kid in my class made a death joke, and when a bunch of people said, "That's not something to joke about," he said, "No, it's okay, I have depression, it's like the N-word." Gave my students a pop quiz today and learned something new. If you make all the answers to the questions C, you will see 35 of the most hilariously panicked and confused faces in the world. I learned today that a group of students used a Google document to take lecture notes. They all took notes simultaneously in a collective file. Schoolboy's drawing helped police track down man trying to get into school. Mr. and Mrs. Walker, there will be no school this week, so Colin can stay home and play video games. From Mrs. Teague, I am the teacher. You know the exam is going to be lit. When you see this on the cover sheet, crying is permitted as long as you do it quietly. Sharpening a pencil at the bin was the childhood equivalent of taking a cigarette break. Kids working together to create eternal recess. Community. I just got my acceptance letter from medical school. So happy right now. A new shape called the scutoid had been discovered in our cells. I'm so glad I'm done with high school. Imagine having to find the area and volume of a scutoid. So I matched my professor on Tinder. Hey, I'm in your Wednesday lecture lol. I'm well aware of who you are. I'll do the deed down for an A in class. Excuse me. So Chapter 2 is due next class. A school full of vampires. Saudi Arabia accidentally prints textbook showing Yoda sitting next to the king. I was the type of student who hated this side but loved this. Future schools are going to need a whole class made in order to understand this. School's going to be crazy. Mr. White, late lunch. High school quarterback keeps his promise from 7 years ago. Takes his friend with Down syndrome to prom. There should be a camera in every classroom and any parent should be able to access the footage whenever they want to find out exactly what teachers are saying to their kids. Teen who identifies as a cat allowed by school to act feline, not speak. Favorite high school memory, leaving. School is starting again soon, so I'm asking all drivers to please watch for us, student pedestrians, and hit us at full speed. Thanks. Rides into battle on a gym class butt scooter. Runs over fingers. Mission, goddammit. You know how people say that the older you get, the smarter you are. You're now older than when you first technically started reading this, so I made you smarter. This new generation will never experience the, okay, show me where you're stuck on. Me, pooping in a school bathroom. Me calling my mum, telling her I got suspended for throwing a jar of peanut butter at the nut-free table and yelling, bombs away. 2 9-year-old kids cut their teacher's Wi-Fi so he doesn't send any more homework. I'm dying. My sister has detention on Teams. They have to sit in silence with the camera on. I paused Kung Fu Panda at the perfect moment when your math teacher is moving on to the next chapter, but you still don't know anything. French schools are asking parents to stop throwing their children over the fence when they're late. The person who invented homework was an Italian teacher named that name. He invented homework in the 1900s as a punishment for his students. Fuck you. This is the best pen ever. Let's argue. Drawings like these in textbooks are one of the things I miss the most from school. You son of a B. I told you I would do it. You're next. Class photo. My eyes were closed. Photographer physically cut and pasted someone else's eyes on top of mine. 10 out of 10. Actually, the class system in America is never been to Disney. Went to Disney once or twice. Goes to Disney annually. When a Georgia college student could not find a babysitter, a professor volunteered to hold the baby while teaching a 3-hour anatomy class. A guy in class got called on to answer a question, and after a short pause, he says, hang on, I'm not dumb, I'm just panicking. And I felt that. The guy next to me felt that. Your mum felt that. The whole world felt that. There's a girl in my class who's been carrying this 6x6 Rubik's Cube since the first day of school, and today she finally finished it, so we all started applauding her, and she was so overwhelmed that she ended up crying. Is this appropriate for a teacher? What is she supposed to do? Leave her body back at home? Today, a kid in my drama class got detention, but he pulled out a Monopoly get out of jail free card, out his wallet, and my teacher let him out of it. How do you get detention in drama? Long story short, he kicked the ceiling by accident. How do you kick a ceiling by accident? A group of girls said a male classmate assaulted them. He was escorted from school in shackles, charged with crimes, spent an entire summer indoors with an ankle monitor. Finally, the girls admitted they made it up. They didn't like him. This girl next to me in my class offered me a sip of her drink because I mentioned that I was thirsty. I was not expecting to take a sip of vodka cranberry at 9 a.m. My 6-year-old brother's teacher asked the class what's their favorite seasoning, and he said garlic powder. The highlight of my day was my teacher bringing his cat to school, and every time he asked class a question, his cat would meow, and he would accept it as an answer. Someone in my Norwegian class didn't know the word for cowboys, so they called them American horse pirates, and I've been laughing about it for about an hour. I keep forgetting this dude wasn't from the 1700s. My new favorite thing is asking my class to share a boring fact about themselves. Today, I shared that I don't like mayo on sandwiches. One student puts both socks on before putting on shoes. Another eats a pound of turkey each day. I am marrying the boy from my 9th grade PE class in 6 weeks. I fell in love with his smile. Still in love with it 8 years later. My math binders are always red every year. I feel like math is just a red subject. Math is a blue subject, and I'm prepared to fight you over this. The only thing I learned properly at school. School has taught me how to hold my poop in for 8 hours. When you don't show up for Spanish class and your teacher is extra as hell. In elementary school, when we would read out loud to the class from the textbook, I would literally count the children in front of me and figure out what section I was reading so I could practice it before I got my turn to speak, and I think that's where my anxiety started. There is a really good looking guy in my class, and his Instagram was on private, so I sent him a following request during class, and he looked over at me, then denied the request. This man waits for his wife to get out of class every day. This freshman was like, I can't find my class, and we looked at his schedule and he's at the wrong school. I'm so dead. This isn't funny, but we brought 60 caterpillars for my classroom, and instead of growing it into butterflies, they ended up eating each other due to some kind of virus they had. And now I'm stuck reading books on the nature of death to help my students cope with the loss. I watched this girl drop her iced tea on my way to class, and the only thing she said was, I am so sick of being alive. Somebody just rickrolled our class in a Zoom meeting. Why is this mannequin looking like he's he's waiting for the class to shut up. Today, one of my teachers called on a really quiet girl, and the class was silent, and then you heard her whisper, "I have the bravery of a chicken nugget, please don't," and I couldn't stop laughing. Student life is all about books, coffee, and casual cozy clothes. I must have lived the wrong student life. So they really clothe school tomorrow. They shirt it down. That sucks. I was unaware of this. Sick of this school, bro. There is always that one weird kid in the class. POV, you make the substitute teacher have a mental breakdown. I'd be saying, oh yeah, I get it, just so the teacher can leave me alone. As a teacher, you're sometimes privileged to witness life moments. I saw a girl approach a boy and ask if he wanted her phone number. He paused, then pulled out his phone. Utter joy on the girl's face. I then confiscated the phone, as it's against the rules to have it out in the corridor. Me, after seeing a fight in my school. Is this what private schools look like? Middle schools in 2001 be like, here's your bread full of cheese, and now go try to stay awake in health class. Schools after killing all of their students' interests, then blaming it on video game. Remove the word interest, then it will have a whole different meaning. School lunch lady fired for feeding student unable to pay for $8 lunch. What? High school is in real life versus in Netflix shows versus in anime. 13-year-old boy kicked out of history class after claiming the F in John F. Kennedy stands for Fortnite. In high school, our gym teacher asked us who we thought the smartest teacher in school was. We guessed the AP chemistry teacher, the pre-calculator teacher, the AP teacher, etc. The AP physics teacher. He goes, nope, it's me, because I get paid the same as those guys and I played dodgeball all day. The girl sitting next to me gave herself an insulin shot in class yesterday, and the girl next to her said, can you not do that right now? She replied with, no Deborah, I would like to live. What is the most disgusting secret you're hiding right now? In biology class, we were dissecting a pig's eyeball, and my hand slipped and the eyeball fell on the floor, and me being extremely lazy, I kicked it under a cabinet and it laid there for 2 years until someone finally found it. You did not get bullied for liking anime. You got bullied because you did stuff like growl at people in class and ninja run to the lunchroom. Please be honest with yourself. I will never forget when my boyfriend of a year broke up with me out of nowhere the day before a big statistics exam, but I vowed to never let a man affect my academic performance, so I walked in that class with tears streaming down my face and still got the highest grade in my class. Who remembers the temporary buildings at school that were up for decades? A student once asked Bruce Lee, you teach me fighting, but you talk about peace. How do you do together? Bruce Lee told him, spread peace, but whenever you see a boy making a TikTok on the road, beat the shit out of him. I go to a Catholic school. Got this out of an ATM today. I sucked a pee-pee for this. Stay in school. The struggle is real. This kid has his priorities straight. To get away with not having done work, I'm using a loading icon GIF to trick the teacher into thinking it just won't load. Third graders, when the class is reading a book and their name is one of the main character's name. Teacher sees student sharing a note. Why didn't you read that out loud? Dear teachers, this is an intervention. Your methods of discipline via public humiliation are inspired carbon copies of Hollywood tropes. We wrote this letter as a class. This kid is 11 in my organic chemistry class. He said if we have any questions, just to email him. Eric Gomez. Education is important, but big biceps are importanter. Around 60 people agreed to stab Julius Caesar. At the end of it, he only had 23 stab wounds. Even back then, not all the members for a group project would do their part. Remember those kids in grade school who used their folders to hide their test answers? Well, they're vegans now. Blocking someone isn't enough. I want them to get lice. I once intentionally gave a girl lice because she kept throwing her long hair all over my desk in class while I was trying to work on assignments. I had asked her to stop doing it multiple times and she scoffed and kept doing it, so I picked one off of my own head and threw it onto her hair. A couple days later, she came crying to school with a bob. I do not regret it. What the fuck? POV, it's 8:30 in the morning. You barely got any sleep, and the popular girl starts laughing loud for attention. POV, you miss a day of school and all of the girls start saying they support you. One of the greatest joys you can have in life is knowing that orphaned baby orangutans go to jungle school every day, where they learn how to be orangutans. In a wheelbarrow school bus. My school sent out a warning about cougar sightings, and some kid replied this to the entire school. That's just my mom. In school, I'm so dumb. In college, I'm a genius. When you get cornered by the school bully, so you send one last text to your Minecraft girlfriend, but his phone vibrates. School district pulls To Kill a Mockingbird from reading list. Makes people uncomfortable, officials say. That's the point of the fucking book. I showed my students that I can say ABCs backwards, and a student shouted, she is a witch. And then I unzipped my jacket and revealed my Hocus Pocus shirt. They all screamed. The universe has never been aligned like this for me. I remember when I was late to my primary school, and I would be late. My parents made me late, and my teacher would say something dumb, like, it's your own responsibility to make sure you're here on time. Bro, I'm 7 years old. The fuck do you want me to do? Drive the car. My professor handed back our 3-page film essays. To my surprise, I got a C. After class, I asked her why. You were supposed to to write it about the movie The Emperor of Time. You wrote it on The Emperor New Grove, but it was kinda good, so I didn't fail you. So that's how I'm doing. Back in university, a girl mocked my presentation, so one time I searched for her group and asked for the topic they were presenting on. I spent 4 days researching on it and asked her so many questions like it was common knowledge that she cried. Stay blessed, precious one. Teachers carefully making their assignments as boring as possible. I don't always have time to study, but when I do, I still don't. Me, presenting the project I finished the same day at 2 a.m. The school system, the bully, his victims, the kid who fought back, the cycle of English teachers. New teacher arrives, teaches for a few months, gets pregnant, goes on maternity leave, never comes back. Yeah, this is oddly accurate. So in my roommate's lab, one of her classmates has a service dog, and apparently service dogs also have to wear lab gear. Just look how cute this is. School counselors be like, this stays between us, then calls the cops. Middle schoolers when they get into an argument, saying every curse word in the English language. 10-year-old me, after accidentally calling the teacher mum. How I sleep knowing I was the reason why we did not win a pizza party in the 5th grade. Teacher, do not damage any parts on the PC or PCs. They are school property. Kids in the back. Will a PC survive 650-foot drop? Me in 3rd grade, watching the janitor toss all of the balls off the school roof. POV, you get approached by the weeaboo kid. This pencil sharpener sticker in my English teacher's classroom is grammatically incorrect. Please insert the pencil horizontally to avoid off-center, and do not push too hard to avoid not working. The teacher's internet, the while they explain the 36-step project that's worth 75% of our grade. Being disrespectful to teachers isn't funny or cool. They're doing their job and you're just being an asshole. My school teacher. No one said this job is supposed to be easy. The Indian guy on YouTube. No one said this is supposed to be that hard either. This reminds me of when a teacher told a migrant child who spoke little English to do 100 lines as punishment for some petty offense. The girl delivered a sheet of art paper with 100 straight lines ruled on it. OMG, y'all remember this. All schools were not created equally because what is that? Damn, I remember teachers really used to put my desk outside the classroom. My ass used to be in the hallway, like, all classes are online now. Lunch ladies. Girls during art class. OMG, my drawing is so horrible. Teacher will give me a D. The teacher will surely use my drawing as an example of how everyone should do it. Engineers graduated from an online class be like, I just watched a girl in class look confused during the lecture, then literally open up her laptop and change her major. Took my 6-year-old to a classmate's birthday party today. He was the only other kid there. His parents thanked me for bringing him and said he was the only one their son wanted to invite because my son's the only one in school who's nice to him. Teach your kids not to be dicks. This is how my professor cancelled class this morning. Sorry again. If it's any consolation, I am, as the youth say, straight up not having a good time right now. Bill Gates wrote a class scheduling program for his school. He tweaked the program's code so that he was placed in classes with mostly female students. I spilled my whole coffee in class today and the guy in front of me asked what kind of drink was it, and I told him. I looked up from my laptop at one point and he wasn't sitting in front of me. Then 10 minutes later, he comes back into class with my exact order. I'm crying. My mum has trained her unruly 5th grade class to respond, hear ye he, with all hail the queen, followed by immediate silence. I'm both appalled and impressed. This class is so boring. I want to leave. I'm sorry, but these 2 images make me laugh so much. Like, I just imagine, Mum, what are we having for dinner? Nothing, honey. There's an ongoing famine. Do you ever just have that one class, that one fricking class, that just depresses you when you think about it because, oh god, you hate it so much. Maths, when I used to go to school. The psychology building at my university. You survived another year. Have a bouncy ball. You deserve it. Graduating. Have 5. You may not be one of those fancy pants engineers with specialized jobs and skills and stuff, but hey, you've got like 5 bouncy balls. Student invents bacteria that eats plastic and turns it into water. One time in high school, my French teacher told the class that his grandmother died, and a kid in class said, Je regrette. And the French teacher burst out laughing and was like, you're going to want to say désolé in this context because je regrette means like, my bad. Had a crush on Ben after seeing him in my class, strategically attended a party I knew he would be at, approached him and said, hey, you're in my psychology class, and his drunk self responded with, yeah, you're hot as hell, and now we are in love. Middle school teacher left in tears after principal confiscates pizzas she brought for students to reward them for their hard work. My school disabled the no internet dinosaur game. School bans bags so boy turns up carrying books in a microwave. High school teachers, you could be be real with history teachers, English teachers, high school teachers that were cops, math teachers, gym teachers. Class be hitting different when you actually know what is going on. Arnold and his classmate, both 18 years old, a high school junior, stayed on Zoom after my finals today. He said, just wanted to do a vibe check on his teachers. Like, you're all checking in on us, but who's checking in on you? Well, you studied the Blade. I studied the Blade too. We were classmates. Hey bro, is there any Blade homework due tomorrow? A girl in my geography class had to bring her newborn to class today. The baby started crying in the middle of our quiz. When she took him out to hold him, my professor insisted that he wouldn't mind feeding the baby and rocking his car seat until she was done. This is my so awesome, sweet professor on his knees. Saw that my students submitted their assignment late at 2:48 a.m, so I didn't bother opening it and just gave them a 20 out of 20. I did this one time last semester, and my professor emailed me the next morning and literally said something like, don't take my class this seriously, always prioritize your rest and well-being should be your priority, not my class. High school kids during math class. In the hanging mass weighs 20 kg. What is the force on support AB? What is a kg? Romans 2,200 years ago. Time to build a 62-mile long adequate 2,000. What the fuck is trigonometry? So my calculus professor found this posted on the door to his office today by a student. I hate math test because all through the chapter it's like really easy, and then you think you've got it, and then the test is like, if I throw a triangle out of the car and the car is going 20 kilometers and the wind resistance is a thing that exists, how many cupcakes can Pedro buy with one human soul? Class concern. Hello Valerie. During our online lecture on Zoom today, I had noticed that you were drinking a Bud Light. I myself love Bud Light. I do not mind that you were having a drink. I am just concerned for the fact that it was 8 a.m. on a Monday morning. Just wanted to make sure everything is okay. Feel free to message me if anything is concerning you, as I am always here for my students. Dr. Pelez. Dying Japanese teachers, last homework assignment. Please be happy. No one answered. Hey, quick question. What is 19 times 34? Please answer quick. The teacher coming to collect the paper. So, my school installed a cry closet in the library. The first day of school versus the second day of school. Imagine going to school for 12 years just to graduate in a Walmart. Break it. Why? You just have to. The staircase at my school was so long, the administration needed to add motivational signs so people could reach the top. Someone stole a urinal. Why is this bunny wearing a backpack? Where is he going to go? What does he have in this backpack? It's his first day of school. Wish him luck. Opens up Word document. Time to bully myself. So I couldn't make my math homework because my duck fell asleep over my calculator. $1,000 TV stand. Why did you get a detention, son? Threw lamp at another student and told him to. Lighten the fuck up. Me, in 3rd grade, telling my friend how to come to my house. When you say a swear word and turn around and there's a teacher behind you. When the test question says, describe what's happening in this picture, but the picture be like, I've been playing school, it's kind of a bad game, but you can have some fun moments. Fun fact, you can change the difficulty by annoying a lot of the quiet kids. Schools are removing analog clocks because kids can't read them. Dictionary to remove words because kids can't spell them. Girl named IKEA had to change her name to stop being picked on at school. Stop being picked on at school is arguably a worse name. So I was wondering what my teacher's water bottle said, and students' tears. 7 things you absolutely need to pick for college. 6. Massive limestone cube. You never know. You never know. Country kids walk around school wearing all camo, like a deer is going to jump out of a locker and attack them. First day to school versus my first day to school as a teacher. You either die a hero, or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. When I broke up with my high school boyfriend, my 10-year-old brother walked in on me crying and asked what was wrong. I told him, and he proceeded to log on to Minecraft, join my ex's party, and then set their town on fire. This is what happens when you let the students submit new names for their school. He thought school was for a day only. Hashtag he big mad. Remember, if you ever feel bad, this guy played grass in his school play. I forgot to change the title. Lab reporteracy. Use your own words. Don't just copy from the textbook. She was born in 1978. 1978 is the year in which she was born. The evolution of my cell phones during 4 years of high school. I dropped all 3 of these in the toilet. The iPhone died, the Razr survived, and the Nokia broke the toilet. When you spend the first 2 weeks hours doing the first half of your assignment, and then you finish the other half in 3 hours, right before it's due. University is giving us free iPads. My university gave me free depression. When your 9 weeks project is due tomorrow and you haven't even started. Yeah, I've got time. My high school had a $10 fine for swearing on campus. One time a kid got caught saying shit during gym. When the principal told him he had to pay up, he handed him a 20 and said, "Keep the fucking change." Drop out of school. Living paycheck to paycheck. Get a master's degree. Living paycheck to paycheck. How good are you at mathematics? Me. When the teacher doesn't want to hurt your feelings. So much knowledge in one room. So much debt. Students in 350 BCE. I cannot wait to become an expert in everything and discover stuff. Students today just came up with a title for my essay. That's enough writing for today. Cool. My outfit for school. The strangest thing happened to me a few minutes ago. 20 boys were all cramped up in the smallest restroom in our school, and I just saw them all walk out like soldiers. I asked my friend what the hell happened, and all he said was, "The council." Schools, after you ask them where all the money from the fundraiser to improve the school went, the only time people at school want to be your friend. I hate my school. They're making us do a TikTok as a required grade. This is Ralph. He is a dog that lives near my school and waits for me every day after school to say hi to him before I have to leave. 5th grade. Oh boy, I can't wait for high school. It's going to be so fun and awesome. High school. Shout out to my nephew. His school had a millionaire bash for the kids that read over 1 million words in the school year. Celebrities for the day. Why do I keep dreaming of falling behind in my schoolwork? Please, I graduated last year. Leave me alone. That one guy from my school was sent home for wearing a skirt, and then everyone wore skirts as a protest the following day. One time, I was on a date in high school and I got pulled over, and the police officer let me off with a warning but fined my date $100 because she was only 4'8", and by law, she was supposed to be in a booster seat. And honestly, I think about this a lot. If I were a 300-year-old immortal vampire, I would simply not enroll in a local high school. 6th grade boys shut down school and send students to hospital by spraying too much Axe deodorant. Oh damn, oh damn, oh damn. Random memory of a gorgeous girl on the dance team in high school. On more than one occasion, getting super close to get an eyelash off my cheek. Men don't miss hints. They just pop up and stab us in the brain a decade later. What all schools need. No, math in the 90s. Elementary school in a nutshell. There is a blind deer in our neighborhood, and this boy, 10 years old, walks her from one grass patch to another every day before school to make sure she finds food. If brains are biological computers, why don't we lag? You can't tell me you've never walked into a room and forgotten why you're there, or lost a train of thought for a few seconds. Once, when I was driving home from school, I had a brief moment of panic because I thought I had forgotten my car at school. So my chemistry teacher set the table on fire again today. Look at his smug face. Look how happy he is. Chemists are never happy unless something is burning. Who else did this when submitting classwork in school? Shout out to my school teacher who said I'm going to end up working at Burger King. Tomorrow's my first day. I thought I embarrassed my daughter, but she wants me to dress up like a superhero all the time when I pick her up. Indian school had wrong Heisenberg picture as scientist, and why Google search is to blame. High schooler confirms he's made high school in one picture. Teacher's voice. I'll wait. That's the face. That's the face exactly. Oh, look. This milk expires on the 22nd, just like my summer and happiness. I found this homework assignment I did in 1st grade. When I grow up, I want to be carried away by owls. Shout out to the people who have already asked the exact questions from my homework on Reddit. This is what college feels like. Who would win? The brain of the most advanced species on the planet. Some paper. Babe, it's 8 a.m. Time for 6 hours of monotonous lectures containing information which will rarely ever help you in real life. Yes, baby. Can you guys please recommend books that made you cry? New General Mathematics. When the teacher says your project can be about whatever you want, how much sawdust can you put in a Rice Krispie treat before people notice? The most realistic part of Harry Potter is how he goes to a school where he learns skills he can't use in the real world. A lot of rich people and successful people didn't finish school either. Prepare for high school, then prepare for college, then prepare for your career, then prepare for your retirement, and then you're dead. Then prepare for skeleton war. Dentist has multiple things in your mouth. So, how's school? A woman on the train kept staring at me, and about after 25 minutes, she was like, "I'm sorry, but you look like my high school boyfriend." And without missing a beat, I was like, "Amanda?" And she was like, "My name's Rachel." But imagine if I guessed her name right. Thinking about girls who were absolutely demons in high school getting a degree in nursing makes me so nervous. I'm sorry, but can I have a different nurse? This woman called me an ugly bitch in 10th grade. If you're my only friend in a class and you choose someone else when the teacher says to pick pick partners. That's it. Game over, pal. You're dead to me. Me, listening to a song and imagining myself performing that song in front of the whole school and shocking everyone. I've never done this. Is this mental illness? Oh, I thought I was homeless. These Balenciaga jeans. Look what happens when people decide to drop out of college. Sir, this is Balenciaga. Maybe it's not a house rule, but when I was 6, my mom told me that if I behaved, she would let me skip school on Saturdays and Sundays. One day, my teacher said, "See you Monday," and I knew. Whenever I'm sad, I just think about this one time, sophomore year, when a girl gave my teacher this cake to commemorate the 3-month anniversary of us turning in our essays that still haven't been graded. I don't know what stresses me out more, the fact that 26% somehow got 13, or the fact that the correct answer isn't even an option. When I was in 9th grade, I got caught selling illegal stuff. My mom was devastated, so she transferred me to a rich private school, thinking it was going to help the situation. But in reality, she gave me a promotion. Never mind guys, it's not due today. You can bring it tomorrow. Oh, Kevin was just a bit off. My prediction for the year 2020 is that everyone will live peacefully, and they will cure every disease there is. Sorry guys. My physics teacher likes the meme I made, and put it on the board while we did a test. In high school, my teacher told me I was a huge waste of potential, and all I have to say is, honestly, you got to applaud that level of foresight. I have amounted to absolutely nothing. How close are you to quitting school? Today during 4th period, the teacher told us to be extra quiet because he was doing some important work online, and he did not know he had his computer screen hooked up to the television in front of the class, and all he was doing was watching the Titanic on Netflix. Nobody, lunch lady, grab a fruit, baby. They cared more about us than anybody in the entire building. We were taking our math test, and I turned around, and can we just talk about not only whatever is all over that girl's face, but the guy charging his phone in the back, and the kid on the right who looks like he's in immense pain. This picture is like the perfect description of school, but posting on the floor is fine. Please no posting on this wall. Let's all keep City Tech clean. Dude, how did the 12-year-old me go to school every day, play video games for 10 hours after school, sleep for 3 hours, repeat for years, while eating absolutely horrible food, and still not manage to get even so much as a headache? Now, I think about the wrong thing, and I get a cold, remembering that time in grad school when my advisor, a great ornithologist, got a random call. Drunk guy, barred noises in the background. Is this the bird professor? My advisor, yes. Do hummingbirds have feet? Yes. Wild cheering. What's wrong with the youth of today? This beauty just sitting in the park this morning while dozens of school kids just walk past. It's at least a 6er. Your girl just left for law school. Your girl just completed her last class of law school. Your girl just passed the bar exam. Your girl is officially a lawyer. My mum is visiting for the weekend and sleeping in. I'm wondering if I should shake her awake and tell her she's going to be late for school. Then she can have 10 more minutes of sleep, but come back again in 4 minutes. Minecraft Earth, official reveal trailer. Everybody gangster till someone brings an infinity bow to school. What's the most rebellious thing you did as a kid? As a kid, I straight up lied to my dad's face about having a school project on the solar system. I even made up a deadline so we would have plenty of time, but I just wanted to make something with them. Not sure why I lied. 1. I cut the wires of regular Apple earbuds and wore them to school. 2. The school confiscated them. 3. When I went to get them back, I took somebody else's real AirPods. Yeah, karma's real. My 6-year-old burst into tears and said he was too sick to go to school when we got in the car this morning. It was clear that he was not sick, but he's never done that before, so welcome to your first mental health day, dude. We are going to Target and watching movies and eating muffins. Ah yes, schoolwork, shoves pencil through eye, higher education. Crying is allowed, but please do so quietly. It can be disruptive. Do not wipe tears on exam paper. Fetal position is okay. At bedtime, my 8-year-old told me his teacher said, think of your mind like a pond full of fish and each fish is a feeling. Try to be the pond, not the fish. And all I can say is, primary school has significantly improved. A kid from my school just got expelled today for pretending to be Russian for 8 months. He pretended he could not read, write, or talk English. He did good in all of his classes because he had all the teachers and principals convinced he just moved from Russia, so they don't make him do any work. Some graduate as scholars, other drop out as legends. I spent 113,800 hours of my life for a paper and a handshake. If Keanu Reeves is the internet's boyfriend, who is the internet's girlfriend? She goes to another school. When you need to cough in an exam, but you have already coughed like twice, so you just sit there, suffocating. Abby Lee Miller and eats macaroni and cheese during her last moments before heading to jail. Me going back to school after break. Me when the teacher is explaining something and she keeps looking at me. Me coming to class unprepared on the the first day of school. People want to be selfish with their pens. Weather during school versus weather during holidays. Good afternoon, my name is Russell, and I am a wilderness explorer in Tribe 54. School computers trying to run more than 2 tabs. When you see someone with a bad grade, and their bad grade is your easy class. High school teachers you could be real with. History teachers, English. High school teachers that were cobs. Math, gym. What the fuck, Siri? Wait, what are you doing? When you are supposed to be doing work on the school computer, but you're playing games, and the teacher sneaks up behind you and says, "Go ahead and log off for me. Class will finish at 3, the clock." What substitute teachers see when they walk into a class? When the teacher tells you you're going to be watching a movie in class, so you get excited, but then makes you take notes while watching it. Your methods are brutal at worst, unethical at best. School work before having a test. Schoolwork test before exams. Exams in school before holiday. When you sneeze in class and 3+ people say bless you. Me and my friend after our PowerPoint presentation. The teacher and the rest of the class. When both of the smartest kids in class get a different answer. Schools. Teens need to get more sleep. Classes start at 7:30. Why do they hate school? When your essay is too short. Oh my, I used to do this so much. The teacher heading to the conference room with the kids who said they can help lift the chairs. Hey perfectionists, here is an 89-degree angle. Have a great night. Y'all making these TikTok videos but couldn't make a PowerPoint in school. All my teachers in high school. College will be infinitely harder than high school. They will show you no mercy. My professor. Dr. Wilbert forgot to write the quiz. Would you like 10 free points? Yes. Can I get a hell yeah? I don't know. Can you? May I get a hell yeah? You should have gotten a hell yeah during the break before class started. But I didn't need a hell yeah during break. When you don't know the answer to the question but can't leave it blank either. Things that are scary. Getting up in class. Coughing in class. Reading out loud in class. Answering a question. Turning a test. Class. The teacher trying to play a YouTube video starter pack. How do I full screen it? Wait, this isn't the video. When a kid is skipping school, so as a punishment, the school expels them. The hypothalamus plays a major role in the regulation of basic biological drives related to survival, including the so-called 4 Fs: fighting, fleeing, feeding, and mating. This line in my textbook makes it almost worth the $160 I spent on it. I went to my first physics lecture, and the professor literally told us, I wrote the textbook for this course, but I'm going to pirate it to you guys, because I hate my publishers. If you haven't cried in a math class, you're not allowed to follow me. Mathematical illiterates on this channel only. You don't need to be mathematically illiterate to cry in math class. You just need to keep taking higher and higher math until you cry. No Child Left Behind is a colossal failure. Some children need to be left behind until they can grasp the material in order to advance. This is how you get high school seniors that can't read beyond a 2nd grade level. There was the ill-conceived, too cool to do drugs pencil, which after being sharpened down, promoted a rather different message. The manufacturers halted production of the pencil after a 10-year-old primary school student pointed out the pencil soon read, "Do drugs." My school has 2nd Braille. Why? Blind person. So what room is it? Sighted person. Backwards L dots, too high up dot, blah blah blah. M223. Yeah, you couldn't just read the sign. My teacher, my late homework, me. This kid has his priorities straight. How are finals going? What is a microphone? True or false? School nurses, when you get frostbite on your toes and they give you ice. Health. When I die, I want the people I did in a group project with to lower me into the ground so they can let me down one last time. Don't be friends with seniors because they will graduate and leave you and it'll suck. Don't be friends with underclassmen because you will have to leave them and it will suck. Don't make friends. Glad we sorted that out, guys. My favorite part of math is learning a new thing and being like, oh, so that's what that button's for on the calculator. Never forget, on November in 1949, a bunch of Belgian students took over a fortress and attacked the police with fruit because the city had raised the price of beer. As a student, the most comforting words you will ever hear are, I haven't started either. In primary school, we had a creative writing assignment where we had to write about a character in a new, strange situation, and I wrote about a squid that was somehow teleported from the ocean to the forest floor and slowly choked to death for 2 pages, and I will never quite forget my teacher's face because it turns out she wanted, this new school is scary, I hope I make friends, and not a graphic description of a squid dying. I came here to do my job and clock out. Be careful who you call ugly in middle school. Lol, I just got called and told 7 years after I graduated from high school that one of my final grades was miscalculated, that I'm missing a credit and they're taking away my diploma. Bro, I already have my bachelor's degree from college, what the hell? Someone in my German class had a birthday today, so his friend suggested that we sing. So everyone started singing the song in German, but my teacher stopped us and said that a lot of German Germans just sing it in English, so he made us sing the song in English, but with a German accent. I'm crying because that's actually just what we do. Our son Clinton was bullied and set on fire. In case you guys wanted to know what modern high school dances are like, at mine, Despacito came on and everyone T-posed around this one kid as he Fortnite danced like his life depended on it. I played Juliet in high school, and the morning after opening night, I came late to second period, and my teacher was like, "Ooh, are you two a big star now to show up on time for American history?" And I got to be like, "My grandma died this morning. Don't forget to turn your camera off, kids." Hi David, wanted to reach out to you following this morning's class. I really appreciated your contributions to our discussion, and I felt that I should follow up with you. I noticed that during class, you appeared to consume an entire chocolate cake. Normally, I would never be the one to police my students' eating habits, but I reviewed the class recording, and you finished the whole thing in 43 seconds. I'm pretty sure I watched you unhinge your jaw like some kind of snake. Is everything going okay at home? Is your jaw okay? Please let me know if I can be of any support. There's a Chinese exchange student in my composition class, and we were being presented something about how you can use brackets to signify translation, and there was Chinese text on the screen, and the professor said to him, "What does that say?" He deadpanned, "I can't speak Chinese," and everyone sat there in dumbfounded silence, and then the presenter clicked to show that the text literally said, "I can't speak Chinese," with the most shit-eating grin on his face. Chaotic neutral. Real talk, if there's a fire at my school, I am not walking in an orderly fashion and then getting my name marked off. I'm running for my life, and I'm taking my damn bag with me. One time, there was an unscheduled fire alarm, and I just happened to have my bag on my shoulder when it went off, so my teacher made me go back into what, to his knowledge, was a burning building so I could put my bag back. I accidentally submitted a paper worth 35% of my grade with this intro. Buckle your seatbelts, motherfucker, because in 8 short pages, I'm going to teach you something that I only learned 2 hours ago. So sit down, shut up, and enjoy the experience of my 4 a.m. caffeine-induced self-hatred fueled writing extravaganza. During middle school, my stepdad used to leave me a note on my door each day to inspire me. Well, I keep those notes, and it's been 6 years since then. Today, I gave him those notes back. It's actually really disturbing that kids falling asleep in school is viewed as them being lazy, and not as the school overworking them to the point that they literally can't stay awake. I fell asleep in chemistry class once, and my teacher got me a pillow and a blanket and made the class work in silence so I could sleep. We ask 18-year-olds to make huge decisions about their career and financial future, when a month ago, they had to ask to go to the bar. When your teacher gets off track, tells you stories about his life, and wastes half of the time of class.